Yes, okay, so that's what it. So that's how it be. Yeah. But in everything, and once in everything, you know how it go, bro. Everybody must examine themselves and do that. Everything will fall in order. It'll fall in order.
Oh
yeah. But in the meantime, we live, so let me holler at these people for a second. Hey, we are in here, me and my bro. We on the phone tonight. We just going through some things, and normally when we be talking, and we be like, "Damn, we wish we'd have recorded it so y'all could got some of it." So I said, "Hey, while we talking about it, let's just see what we're doing." And that's what happened. We ended up in the Apocrypha. So we're gonna go through chapter 9. Ain't gonna be precept with Lord because, like I said, we just reading and talking. So, shalom, shalom, Most High Christ. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, read and I'm saying get a basic understanding on what chapter 9 is talking about. So we're in the Apocrypha. And we reading the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. Sirach. Some people call it Sirach. Some people call it Sirach. Some people call it how they say it? Sirach, something like that. Yeah. I done heard so many names, whatever y'all call it, man. We can read chapter 9 of it, okay? So we're gonna see what it say. We ain't go sugarcoat and all that. Hey, shalom, Most High Christ.
Shalom, Most High Christ.
So we in her. We's in her. Shalom, 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 shalom. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do is we just gonna let me introduce myself. Y'all already know who I am, but let me do it again. I'm your host with the most, Judea, here at One Nation Israelite School or Israelite Hall, whichever one you prefer to call it. You know what I'm saying? On the phone, I got my brethren.
And I be Solomon the Benjamin.
Every day. I ain't seen them as nobody else yet. So yeah, we're gonna read this. We ain't gonna precept galore nothing. We're gonna keep it basic tonight, all right? So let's just get a basic understanding of what we talking about something, all right? So hey, Lord's will, some people can wake up to this and have something to eat on the way to work, or some people got to eat a little bit of this before they go to bed. If they, who knows?
Yes, sir.
But we're gonna go ahead and get to Sirach chapter 9 or Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, and whenever you're ready, bro, you can call it, and we can just kick it off at one.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 1. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
Right. So it says, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. So to keep it very simple, for lack of better words, don't be jealous over the wife that you love, because in doing that, you will teach her an evil lesson. I mean, you will teach her basically how to harm you. Or you will teach her an evil lesson against you, in other words. So, you know what I mean? It's be a man of composure, be a man of, don't be jealous over that wife. Like, don't let your wife be able to get you in those type of emotions. Put it like this. Your wife is supposed to be in straight with you. Whichever way you will have her to go, she's supposed to go. If your wife is doing things, don't let your, what's a good way to say it? For lack of better words, don't let your wife know what hurts you, or you can't live without this, or this will break you. That don't do, because in doing that, you teach her an evil lesson against you. You teach her how to harm you. If it's your kids, I can't live without my kids, then guess what? She'll use some kids against you.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. This car. I love this car. I need my car. Yeah, don't take my cars from me. You can have everything except my cars. Well, guess what? She's gonna come after the cars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The things that you I'm using that example as an example. So now apply that same concept with your wife. Don't let your wife know what it is. Don't be jealous over that wife, but she'll use that against you. Or you can't live without her. She'll use I'm leaving as the weapon against you.
Yeah.
You see, all right. So be not jealous over thy wife. Be not jealous over the woman that you love, because your wife is the woman that you, I presume, you love. That's the wife, the woman of your bosom, your wife. And teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Don't be jealous over thy wife, and don't let your wife know the things that you can't live without her. Don't be jealous over her to that point, to where now she can use those things against you. Remember a bishop, our old elder, and I yelled at the other before we, years ago. He told us, he said, don't let your wife, don't let them women know. You men better be strong. Let me let these women know you can't live without them and stuff, because then they'll use that against you.
Yeah.
And that's what this basically comes down to. Don't be jealous over that wife. You teach her evil lesson against you. If you crazy over her, jealous over her, crazy over her, you know those saying, I'm crazy over her, and all that type of stuff. When you crazy over her, or you teach her evil lesson against you, she uses herself against you. All right, so that's, for lack of better words, that's what that goes into.
Gotcha.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
So give not thy soul. It's the same thing, teaching your wife evil lessons, and then give not thy wife, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. You ever seen some dudes? That's what we see, dudes start just taking anything, and we be saying, man, that brother's weak. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Don't give your dignity. Don't surrender your dignity to any woman. But that's basically saying, don't give your power to a woman. Remember, we read a verse somewhere inside, right? I can't remember where it's at exactly. Where it says, give not thy wife, thy son, thy daughter, thy brother, thy friend, power over thee long as thy liveth. Right? You know what I'm saying? Same thing. It's don't give your substance over to any woman. Don't give a damn if you love her or you hate her. Don't give your soul, your dignity, your power, your strength over to where she got her foot on your substance. Today, I ain't gonna go into it. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it simple enough. Brothers, don't be weak for any woman. And don't put her in a position where she can have her foot over your substance, meaning over your things.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. Be not with an harlot, lest I fall into her snares. That's heavy. That's heavy. Yo. Man, that's heavy.
Meet not with harlots, lest thou fall into her snares. Y'all know what that is. Don't meet up with whores. Don't meet up. And that when it's going into a situation like that, that's also that can go into an adulterous woman too, meaning this woman is married. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. We know what snares is. Snares is traps. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Keep away from harlots and married women, adulterous women. At least I fall into they traps. Proverbs 6:26. Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 26. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Now, see what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, by a whorish woman and a harlot, all of that can come. That can go to. I mean, a harlot can be a whorish woman, or it can be an adulterous woman. Now, think about the harlot. They're saying that the harlot woman turn you to a piece of bread, meaning you be dead broke. You lose everything behind messing with her. But it says the adulterous woman. Damn, what it said about the adulterous woman again?
It says the adulteress. It says, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
But the adulterous woman hunts for the precious life. Y'all don't get what that means. The judgment for adultery is what?
Death. Verse 32, clear that up, Mike.
Bingo. Okay, well, go ahead and get that real quick.
Verse 32. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doth it destroyeth his own soul.
Right. So that's what you're reading there. When it says that 6:26 again, for by the means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Dealing with prostitutes, harlots, and shit like that, you'll lose everything. They'll bring you down to nothing. That's one of the snares and traps, everything that comes down to it. And also, you know, the diseases and all that stuff that come with it. But then it says, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. The adulteress woman, that's going to bring judgment upon you. Well, dealing with harlots will too, but adulterous woman, it's death for that. Yeah. I mean, you lack understanding because any other sin you can, if I steal from you, I could repay you, or I could work off the debt. If I punch you, I can repay you. But if I commit adultery with your wife, I can't give her back. That just so. Let's go back to the Apocrypha.
Verse 3. Verse 4.
Yeah.
Right. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts.
And that's a lot of different sayings about what that verse is supposed to mean. But so I've heard so many breakdowns on it.
Yeah.
For it says, use not much. Hold on, where we at? Because we did 3. Okay, 4. Use not much company of a woman that is a singer. At least that'll be taken with her attempts. So do not keep company with female musicians. They will trick you. But another breakdown to what this verse is, another explanation of what I've been given of what this verse is saying that it's not talking about literally a woman who sings. It's a woman who's supposed to be basically about letting a woman talk, because she basically listens to a woman talk a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't listen to her talk a lot. At least I'll be taken with her attempts.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes.
let's keep it moving.
Verse 5. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
I don't know what that is. All right, so read it one more time.
Verse 5. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Right, so it says, gaze not upon a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. So it's like, don't be looking too hard upon this maid. Don't be staring upon this woman too long. You know what I'm saying? A maid too long. Next thing you know, you find yourself having to pay the price of a bride. You know what I'm saying? It says, don't look. It says once again, gaze not upon a maid, that thou fall not by those precious things fall by those things that are precious in her. Meaning you chilling and all that. Oh, damn, look at her. Look at that ass.
Yeah.
You start noticing the breast. Start noticing the way them. You know, I don't know, man. We all different, man. Start walking in and the way. I don't know. All of us got different things that turns us on.
Yeah.
That's why, man. You know, you won't be standing upon them too long. Yet you keep going on because you know. Before you next time you know, y'all up in there doing things y'all ain't had no business. Now you
yeah.
So don't be standing. I know I broke that down. I worked this out. Like, he didn't even say nothing. He just. But don't be standing upon a woman too long, man. Next thing you start noticing things about her that you like all of a sudden. Because example of that, y'all ain't never been around somebody that y'all ain't really, y'all don't kick it with them all the time. All of a sudden, for some reason, certain particular day, you start noticing something about them, and it's just all of a sudden this looks sexy today.
Yeah.
Dang, that look kind of sexy. Now you start to notice all these comely things about them.
Yeah.
That's what this verse is talking about. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, I know some of them gonna be, no, I've never done. Not me. I'm holy. I'm saved. I'm right. Get your ass about it. You know, y'all know exactly what we talking about. Y'all done been around people that you done kicked around them a couple times. I ain't never really, and then all of a sudden today, damn, some just that spirit is on. Seems that spirit just fall on you for some reason, and you start noticing things about them that you just want. That's how it be with men. I know for some. So let's get it.
Verse 6. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. That's heavy.
That's talking about, man. See how you lose your inheritance, turn into a piece of bread, and lost everything.
Yeah.
And so it says, that was
verse 6.
So don't give yourself to prostitutes, or you may lose everything you own.
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be dealing with hoes. You know what I'm saying? That brothers, y'all whoremongering brothers, really this is a heavy thing for them because what happens to a lot of brothers? They get towed down in child support. They get bro, I done seen some brothers get towed down by women, and these women ain't even have them on child support. These women just look at somebody me and you both know. Yeah. How the woman ran them through mud. Yeah. And I'm talking about this how things be going though. But that's how it is when you attach yourself to these harlots. When you attach yourself to, it's so many snares and traps that you be wondering why these brothers won't leave certain situations, right? Yeah. And bro, I've seen it so many times, and I've seen a lot of other people. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you've seen your family members, your brothers, your cousins, your uncles at points in their life where they were doing good, and then they get with a woman that everybody just know this, it just ain't right. This woman ain't right. And they won't, but for some reason they can't leave, and that woman drag. And when that woman finally leaves, then they left with nothing, and they not. And it takes them a long time to rebound. Yeah, if ever.
Yeah, you can never lie.
That's what this verse is. When it says, "Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. And give thy strength to harlots." Because guess what? A lot of you know how it go, bro. Harlots will marry you. A harlot will marry you, and a harlot will get into a relationship. That's how most time we find out that there was harlots. What? By relationships.
Right.
So, but understand this, man. This here, because this goes into layers. This could go into prostitutes, women who sell themselves, and of course we know that just uh, promiscuous women.
Yeah.
All right. So give not thy soul to them, that thou lose not thy inheritance. It's very self-explanatory. We really ain't have to explain this verse because it's so simple to be understood. You lose out your inheritance, your substance. It means you lose everything dealing with the wrong woman, a whorish woman, a harlot woman, or whatever, an adulterous woman. You may lose everything.
That's tough.
All right, let's get it.
Verse 7. Look not around about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof.
So it's like, don't go looking about in the streets or wandering around in the rundown parts of town. You know what I'm saying? You get what this is talking about. Look not around about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof. We know what that's going to. When you read the context of this verse, it's a man who's don't be jealous over their wife and then dealing with nothing but harlots, and now you wandering all around town and all this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Pick it up, verse 8.
Yes. Verse 8. Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
Right. Now, it says, turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? Look, it don't take much for us to see that this woman is pretty. You got to turn your eye. Don't be staring and falling deep in lust, because that love or that lust, it says, well, many have been deceived by it, meaning, and led astray. I mean, this woman could be pretty as hell, but she evil as hell.
Yeah.
She could be pretty as hell, but she wicked as hell. She could be so deceptive. She could be a liar. She could be so much hell that could come with how fine this woman is, or how much hell could come behind chasing how fat that ass was, or you know what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you see a beautiful woman, turn your eye. You know what I'm saying? Don't go lusting upon her. You know what I'm saying? And then it says, for many have been deceived by her. You know what I'm saying? You know what happens? Some of y'all see it. So I've seen some dudes, they see a woman, they fall so head over heels for her because she's pretty. They believe everything that she's saying. It's a dangerous slope. And it says, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. Now, that could be a twofold. Let me read this. It says, turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. You know what I'm saying? Now, another's beauty could be another woman's beauty. It could be another woman's beauty, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It says, but look not upon another's beauty. Look not upon this woman's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. So let's just keep it to this one woman. Say this woman is a single woman, but she's fine as hell or whatever. Or whatever it case may be. When you see a woman, like I said, this verse is about don't go lusting after her. Don't be lusting to the point where you sat on fire, where you just you don't turn into a dog. You gotta have her now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like turn the eye away from a beautiful woman, look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. Love is kindled as a fire. Now, fire is often synonymous to passion. Excuse me, damn. The fire's been fire and fire is oftentimes compared to passion, but it also could be as enraged. Yeah. We know that when fire is engulfed in flame, it devours and burns everything in front of it. This shit can be bad. It can be bad, in other words. So understand that Don't lust after the beauty of a woman. Please. Don't. When you see a fine woman, it don't take much for us to know that she's fine. I turn that eye and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But some of you see it and you go into lust, you start thinking about how you could smack it up, clap it up. Like, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? And within that, you go ahead and steam, and you know what happens sometimes, it goes and it be fireworks at the beginning and then it ends with a real big explosion. Fireworks, car windows bust, jail, somebody going to jail for domestic violence, like all type. Y'all seen plenty of footage of what happens when two people were head over heels in lust with each other, and that flame burnt. Normally when shit sparks off really really fast, it ends out really really bad. Yeah, like those type of situations, and it all started from he saw her, he saw how beautiful she was, and he didn't turn that eye. He had to have her, but for the wrong reasons. And they tried to make those wrong intentions and clean it and make it right. But the Bible tells us what was wrong can't be cleaned. You know what I'm saying? So don't be led astray by the beauty of a woman, because she might be a beautiful devil. She might be a beautiful demon. Let's get it.
Verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thy heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thy soul fall into destruction.
You're right. Now it says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. Now, you niggas, you know you shouldn't be having nobody's wives in your arms.
Right.
But Salakia, let me stop playing. But it says the verse says what it says. Don't sit down with another man's wife. So it's basically, let's put like, don't sit down with another man's wife, nor join her for drinks. Because you may give to her temptations and her charms and be destroyed by your passion.
Right.
So it's like, shut up. Don't sit with another man's wife for drinks. Don't be and y'all, and you know how that shit go, because you heard things in the world where a dude will find out that this woman and her boyfriend just had an argument, and now he want to take her for drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, that's messed up. No, what we gonna do is we're gonna have a couple drinks and get your mind off of this. You ain't supposed to be going to have drinks with another man's woman. Right. Ladies, women, it's not okay for you to go have drinks with your quote unquote homeboys.
Right.
When you belong to another man. Thus saith the Lord. And for us now, see, we had things that transpire in these verses here. When we read them, it says, look, do and spend not thy money at the winery, sit not with thy own. So don't even go to eat with another man's wife, basically. It says, basically, don't sit with her in thy arms. That's in your comfort. And in thy flesh.
Right.
So yeah, you can't do that with another man's wife. And don't go have drinks with her. Lest thine incline thine heart unto her.
Right.
Meaning your mind. You start listening to stuff that she gotta say.
Right.
Start listening to the stuff that she got to say. And then next thing you know, through thy desire, because it was wicked to begin with,
right,
thou fall into destruction. Let's go to verse 10.
Verse 10. Forsake not an old friend.
Now, this is what some of y'all fake people need to hear. So like No, but no. But seriously though, this verse here is, I say this because this happens coming up in life, and then you see this happens in the truth as well.
Yeah. Verse 10. Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him.
Mm-hmm.
A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure.
So scripture says, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's gonna say, forsake not an old friend. Don't abandon an old friend for a new friend. Don't ditch your new friend for don't ditch your old friend for a new friend, because your new friend is not comparable. You know what I'm saying? A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, it shall be drinking with pleasure. Wine has to age for it. You know what I'm saying? People, so I say, give me the bottle of the finest wine. He's telling you to give him the bottle of the oldest shit. Go back there and get the wine that you got blow dust off of. That's the good one. All right. So is the friendship. The friendship that is a very, 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 the long friendship, the old friend, that friend, you won't find another friend to replace that friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to find.
And that's what happens. But what we see a lot of times is people get new friends and they switch up on their old friends.
Right.
And then they change. Well, guess what? Don't do that, because you got your old friend that's your friend. That's what the Bible says. Is that what it says? Self-explanatory. What's wrong with y'all? But a lot of people won't even understand that in today's world that we live in now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, no sign of Christ. We almost finished. Let's go.
Verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what. I'm sorry. Verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Mm-hmm. So basically, don't be jealous over a sinner's success. You don't know what kind of disaster is in store for him.
All right.
And you don't know what the fuck's coming down for him. It may look all good at the moment. I mean, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I saw this. I remember this one situation. Things was going down, and brothers was eating in the hood, and they was doing all type of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? They was terrorizing people. I'm putting like that. But it was like they would terrorize people, but people were still. It's like almost like a Stockholm syndrome for the old neighborhood oppressor or something like that. Yeah. And they were terrorizing people in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, people still liked them, or maybe it was that fear factor. Everybody, they still acted like they liked them because maybe they felt that they act like they like him and he wouldn't terrorize them, or they wouldn't terrorize them because it was a family. You know what I'm saying? So I remember for a while, man, things seemed like they was, they hopping in new cars, talking about new, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff. Like it's just like it's, and I'm trying to keep it clean because I don't, you know what I mean, but so I'm gonna say this went on about a good 2-year stint, and then I remember one of them ended up getting shot, and then it was a lot. It all happened, like it started happening back to back. Like judgments was like boom, 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 like back to back. It's like it was like a car accident or something happened. I remember one of their sisters ended up dying, and that shit, like, it messed everybody up. And then it was like somebody ended up getting shot like a week later, and then the house got raided like 2-3 days after he came. Whoever it was that got shot came from the hospital. And then the house got raided by the police. Put almost everybody in the damn house in jail. And it was like it just started tumbleweed, and that's like Judgments was just like it was like once it hit, it was like boom, 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 boom. That's like, and that's how it would be.
Yeah,
that's how it would be, man. That's how it be. And it was like, damn, like just that fast. It was like they was balling. They was the neighborhood. Like it was like that fast. But while they was doing it, I remember everybody wanted to be around them. A lot of people hated them, but a lot of people still loved them because of how they was riding. And a lot of people used to hear people, man, they do all that bullshit and all that stuff. Said people work around here hard and they do this bullshit, and that's how they like. People used to wonder how is it they living like this, they living like that. Them people working hard, and they and people. Some of them, remember I told you, a lot of them hated these people, but they were afraid of them.
Right.
And then a lot of them hated them, but they was kissing their behinds because they had it. They was balling.
Yeah.
Or what was perceived to be as balling.
Right.
And I knew some people just didn't like the lifestyle that they was living because it was like, man, you know, we hardworking people and they bringing trouble to our area. And as hard as we work, we barely getting by, and they doing all that foolishness. And look, the Bible said, don't be envious. Don't be jealous. A lot of people wanted to live just like them because of the fact that they you know how it goes, to glorify their lifestyle. Hell, I want to live like that too.
Yeah.
That's all goes into it. Do not envy. So the Lord said, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what his end shall be. I bet you none of them would have ever seen all of that happening all in the midst of 2 weeks.
Right.
I bet you none of them would imagine a car accident was going to claim one of their siblings' lives. Then the other one was going to get shot. Then right after that, everybody in their house pretty much was going to go to jail off of a raid. And then like just from it just spiraled. Eviction came after that, gone, like everything just spiraled.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Judgments was hitting back to back. Boom, 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 boom. That's why I would advise y'all, don't look at how the sinners are living and go envy that. We got to just stay patient and endure. Keep our discipline, laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep our love, and whenever troubled times come, keep our love, do our parts in our prayers, and most are gonna work out for us for the better. And we'll be sustained. It may not be glorious, it may not seem, but learn to be content. That's what the Bible be speaking about, learning to be content. And then you won't envy the sinners. If you can learn to be content, then you won't envy the sinners.
That's true.
And that's what I'm saying. And we can read that in the scriptures. But let's go on.
Verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished until their grave.
Ooh. See, it says, don't take pleasure in things that make ungodly people happy. Remember, they will be held guilty as long as they live.
That's tough.
So it says, it's like it. Delight not in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in.
Yeah.
But remember, they shall not go unpunished until their graves. So what y'all understand is the ungodly take pleasure in delight not. So don't you take joy, don't you take pride, don't you take pleasure in or take action or deed in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in. They have pleasure in being sinners. They have pleasure in being homosexuals. They have pleasure in being fornicators, idolaters. They have, and all that stuff they have pleasure in men dressing like women.
Right.
They have pleasure in men, all these, like me, my brother tell you, I think me and my brother pretty much the same on that. Anytime we could be watching comedians and stuff, and as soon as they come on and they start doing roles where the man is all scared and timid and docile of the damn woman that's in the house, we turn that shit off, man.
Yeah. Shit, it piss you off, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't like that type of stuff. It was funny. You see what I'm saying? See how I go? It was funny when it was uncommon to see. Like, you know, like, because that's weird. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's funny. You know, that's out of order. Like, it's funny. Yeah. But when y'all started, it started being a normal. No, it ain't. No, but that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? They get you laugh at it, and then they think you accept it. But anywho, that's why you don't take pleasure in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in. That's why you don't delight in it. Don't laugh at it. Don't, because then what? They full, now it's full effort. First they get you to laugh at it, then they try to push it all the way in on you.
Right.
Now where they at? They in the damn schools trying to make our sons put dresses on now.
Yeah, that was a whole agenda they had set up. These people are crafty. They have crafty counsels.
Right. Don't take pleasure in the things that the ungodly have. Don't take delight in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in. Then right. Guess what? Some of y'all still think that y'all right. We ain't trick or treating. My kids ain't trick or treating, but you still open the door, putting candies in other kids' baskets.
Right.
You still handing out Christmas gifts and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Riding over there, sneaking up, picking up birthday gifts.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No, but honestly, like, don't take delight in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in, because they're not going to go unpunished. They will be punished. Even if, remember, I told you, even if you don't see the punishment, some of y'all think that we got to naturally see somebody get shot. We got to naturally see somebody get stabbed. Somebody naturally got to go to prison. We think that we have to see that. You may not see their punishment.
Right.
But remember, the Bible told us, the wicked will have a hell of a way up out of here. That's why I say they will not go unpunished until they grave, because they may not never consider that. Guess what? They judgment is going to be on their way up out of here.
Right.
The Lord may have the last 8-9 years of their life as a torture rack.
Right.
Judgment after judgment after judgment after judgment after judgment after judgment after judgment. Wishing you would have died.
Right.
Every time. And so I wish I would have died when I had that first heart attack. Ooh, Lord, it was. I lived scared for them. Every time I felt something, I was scared. Am I gonna have another heart attack? And then guess what happened? Oh my God, that heart attack left something wrong with me, and I started having seizures. So I had seizures, and in the midst of my seizures, I could end up having a heart attack. So it was very scary. Think about that. You had a heart attack, now it left you with seizures, and the seizures could send you back into a heart attack. So every time you have a seizure, they watching you for heart attacks, and every time you think you feel something, you worried about having a heart attack, which could send you back into a seizure.
That's crazy.
Then they said, "Oh shit!" Then they found out they had to cut off one of your toes, or two or three of your toes.
That's tough.
Then you had to lose a finger. Then they had to open your chest back up and put something in your heart to keep your heart pumping. Then you was all right for a good 3-4. You was good for about 6 months, and then you ended up back in the hospital because of the food that you've been eating.
Right.
Or for some reason now you got to take some type of medicine. Now all of a sudden, you done had a heart attack. All of a sudden, now you had a stroke. Now you can't move one whole side of your damn body. And it messed up the way that you speak and everything now. You know what I'm saying? Now now you got sick. You messed around and caught a fever or something like that. You caught pneumonia. And then it put you in the hospital for a while, and now you're on a breathing machine and everything else. And you know what I'm saying, then you came home, you couldn't breathe good, and now you got a oxygen tank that got to be with you everywhere you go. Now you're on pills, you're on oxygen machine. You can't move one side of your body. You done had 2-3 heart attacks. You done had a stroke. You done lost 3 toes. You done lost a finger, and you still here. You just wonder why you won't let me just die. Why? And you steady going. You can't get up out of here.
That's tough.
You see, you don't know how the ending may be for somebody who did you wrong. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. I'm gonna put it like this, allegedly. I'm gonna put it like this, allegedly. Now, allegedly, a lot of women said this around the same age. Allegedly, there was this man. I'm not gonna put no names out there. He's passed now, but he went through. I kind of witnessed him go through his hell. Allegedly, he took advantage of 2 or 3 women in the family. Was it 2 or 3 women in the family he allegedly took advantage of when they were younger. So I say about the last 10, 12 years, like that's why I say he got drug out. The last 10 to 12 years of his life, it's like every time I turned around, my mom was saying he in the hospital. It's like every time, like the last 12 years, and it was just like everything, he was moving around, everything was fine, and then after that one winter ended, he was in the hospital, and from there on, I kept just saying, hospital, heart attack, this happened, you gotta get surgery for this happened, hospital, this happened, hospital, this happened, it was like, this medicine, when you go to when I used to go into that house, it would be medicine. It would be medicines, like they had like this chest. It'd be medicines all over the top of the chest, and if you ever so happen to just lift it up and let all the medicines fall back, it's medicines all in the chest.
That's crazy.
And that's the way that he went out. But he had to go through hell for about a good 10 to 12 years. Telling y'all, man, you don't.
That's a horrible
death. Do not delight not in the things. Delight not in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in. You know what I'm saying? But remember, they shall not go unpunished into their graves. So it's saying, don't be. You see that, and I know it's easy for us to say it because sin is enticing. Sin is fun, especially when you've been in that world before. Sin is fun. It's enticing. That's what the Lord tells us. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. Don't be enticed. Do not go and be jealous and envy of it. Do not take pleasure in it. Do not. I'm telling you, because they not going unpunished. And you just may not be there to see how they go out, but they gonna get a punishment for that shit eventually. Right. So that's just what it is. Let's move on.
All right. Verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Damn, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was. That was just 13. Read it from the top?
Yeah.
All right, 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
It says, keep thee far from the man that hath the power to kill.
Right.
Read on.
So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Right. So basically, that's self-explanatory. It's just saying that if you keep far away from the person who has the power to kill you, you won't have to fear for your life. Your life won't be in doubt. If you, and this is another thing too, like, let's say you got crooked police. I stay far away from them. Right. You know what I'm saying? That way I don't have to fear for my life. I know he's a crooked cop, so I stay far away from him. If this dude is he's in a position of like, because you got to think about this is also written. You got to think about this from an aspect of war. This is like if there was a man that's in a position, he got the power position, he got a position where he could pull the switch to have you killed. You might want to stay out of sight and out of mind.
Right.
You want to try to keep far away from him. That way, you don't have to ever fear offending him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But just to keep it simple, again. Still, if you keep away from the person who has the power to kill you, then you don't have to worry about your life being in jeopardy. All right, so let's go from there.
All right. And if thou come unto him, make no fault.
Right, and if thou come to him, make no fault. But if thou go near him, be very careful, or he may kill you. Simple.
Right.
Mind your tongue. Don't use a lot of word, all that type of stuff like that.
Lest he take away thy life presently.
He kill you suddenly.
Right. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Right. So be conscious that you are walking amongst hidden traps, and that you are an easy target. And understand that the reason why I use the definition of police is because that's who you see laying our people down a lot, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not speaking on this last case with this young girl. I don't even want to speak on that. But I'm not going. It's because our people put ourselves in stupid positions sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't want to speak on that because it's other brothers it's enough people that's gonna speak on it. All right.
Yeah.
I just wish that our people, we just gotta start raising. We gotta do a better job, man. Our children is out of control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
situation, it's I don't want to speak on it because of certain situations where it's like I'll be ready to tear it down because you can see the blatant bullshit that they just did and killed this brother or this sister.
Yeah.
It's not every day where that's why they put this video out so fast, because you could easily see what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want to even speak on it. It's just like this gave them the opportunity to act like they care, and this is why they have to do certain stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about another, because I don't even like feeling like I'm sugarcoating shit. But we'll deal with that on another topic, bro.
Right.
So let's read that piece again.
All right. And it says, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Right. So remember that in America, that's like right here in America, police is certain people. We know that the white man and their wicked ass government and the systems and the powers that be, as of right now, they got it set up that us as blacks, us Israelites, we walk through a place that's full of nothing but hidden traps and snares. So we must be careful as we walk. Be conscious of that. Be conscious of that. It's a strike against you from the moment you enter into life with this complexion on you. And our mothers knew that. I don't know why you black women seem to forget it now, but you used to tell us that. Listen, be careful, son. You already got one strike against you, and that's the fact that you're a black man. You used to tell us that, and now you seem to forget it. But understand this. We as Israelites, we must be conscious that as we walk through America, these grounds of America, it's hidden snaps and traps everywhere, set for us to be put to death, set for us to be thrown in prison. It's set. There's snares and traps everywhere. So be conscious of that. And guess what? You are an easy target. Why? Because no one will stand for you. No one will stand for you. No one will stand for you. That's why we put that scripture here. Luke chapter 2, verse 49. That's no, not 249, not that one. I folded it. Salaki. But that's why it's Zephaniah 2:1. O nation not desire. O nation not desire. We are the nation that's not desired. Everybody wants to take our name and take our blessings and everything else, but they wouldn't trade our struggle and the shit that we go through. And guess what? And as a nation, we are the most hated people on the face of the earth, even though everybody wants to imitate and be us. And guess what? Our black women return the favor by hating themselves, trying to be like them.
Right.
But anywho, that's just another story. That's here or there. We'll get into that another time. Be conscious of that we walk through this place and full of snares and traps. I wanted to tie that to that, but this verse is basically, you are. All right, let's read on.
All right. Verse 14. As near as thou canst, guess at thy neighbor and consult with the wise.
Read that again.
Okay, verse 14. As near as thou canst, guess at thy neighbor and consult with the wise.
So basically, get to know people around you as well as you can, but only take advice from those who are qualified to give it.
Right. So that's the wise.
Bingo. The righteous, the leaders, the righteous.
Right.
The ones who keep the laws and commandments.
Right. Read on?
Yeah.
Verse 15. Let thy talk be with the wise, and all thy communication in the law of the Most High.
Engage in conversation with the wise, righteous people, and let the laws of the Most High be the topics of your discussions.
Right.
Simply put.
Read on?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 16. And let just men eat and drink with thee, and let thy glorying be in the fear of the Lord.
Basically, choose righteous people for dinner companions. Some of y'all be telling us, we just going to dinner when you talking about your wicked ass mama or your your wicked friend. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting at the damn table. You the only one got lawful food on the table. Everybody else got something unlawful on the table. Like, choose righteous people to go to dinner with.
Right.
Not being I ain't gonna even say it. Choose righteous people to go to dinner with, man.
Right. Same people, man. Keep reading.
Excuse me. What verse was that?
That was verse 16.
And let thy glorying be in the fear of the Lord. Thy glorying, let your glorying, your joy, your boasting, and all of that, be in the fear of the Lord. What's the fear of the Lord? The commandments of the Lord.
All right.
The doing, the keeping of the commandments of the Lord.
Right.
All right. So when y'all out there, that's why it says go to dinner with righteous folks. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how y'all glorifying the Lord. Y'all go to the damn dinner. You order. I'll have a chicken and broccoli Alfredo. And then let me get that big ass juicy bacon BLT sandwich right now. Oh, I'll have the catfish and the hush puppies and French fries. And then this one here, let me get the shrimp scampi, the baked potato, and the steak. That ain't glorifying. But you know what? I'm gonna show you how we glorify the Most High. When we go out to eat, and be like, hey, let me get I want that chicken, and I want that Cajun chicken and shrimp pasta, but no shrimp, extra chicken. And can I get extra sauce? Okay, no shrimp. Are you serious? No, we don't eat no shrimp over here, baby. For real? what you want? And then my brother order his meal and he say no bacon in it though, please. You know what I'm saying? And then his wife orders and she says, let her get such and such with no pork. And then they say, hold on. And then another one say, let them get this with no seafood, no shrimp. And then she like, hold on, nobody wants shrimp and nobody wants pork. What's going on? Oh, you ain't know, baby, the Bible say that, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Just like that, we about glory to our Father. You know what I'm saying? They like, we don't trust me. It happens all the time. When we go in there, we order food and we tell them don't put this there. Please, seafood or allergies, pork allergy. We you know what I'm saying? But of course we don't tell them the allergies until after. Now before they go back there, we tell them. But most times we like to let them ask why we ask for no bacon or no shrimp, something like that, so we can tell them why. Bringing glory to our people. You know what I'm saying? But when y'all go to eat, it's just a fucking table full of filth. The whole is filthy now.
An abomination fest.
Yes. When you go to them, man, choose righteous people to go with. Y'all go eat righteously and let y'all boasting when y'all in there having a conversation and laughing and loud. Let it be in the fear of the Lord. All right, let's go ahead.
Verse 17. For the hand of the artificer is the word, shall be condemned. All right, hold on. 17. For the hand of the artificer, the work shall be condemned. Shall be commanded. And the wise rule of the people for his speech. Let me read that again. Verse 17. For the hand of the artificer, the work shall be commended. And the wise ruler of the people for his speech.
All right. Basically, a skilled worker is admired for the things that he made. And a leader's wisdom is proved by his words.
Gotcha.
His speech.
Hearing?
Yeah.
Verse 18. A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated.
Basically, someone who speaks rashly and speaks recklessly is feared and is hated by everyone in this town, pretty much. So it's either one or two. Is those only two things I'm coming from it. Somebody who's just completely harsh and rash with his tongue, he's going to be feared and hated by everybody in this town. Meaning, some gonna fear him, and then some people just gonna fear him, and then some people just gonna hate him. And then some just gonna be both. They fear and hate him.
Yeah.
So that's just say about pretty much how to be with the rest of you brothers. So y'all better check yourselves, man. People fear you and they hate you.
Right.
Just for Christ's sake, who gives up? But nah, some like I've heard, bro. We've heard stories about some of these camp leaders. We've heard plenty of stories.
Yeah.
And I don't want to diss them. I just feel like it's different bodies. I think the Lord put sanctuaries in locations for reasons, because there's somewhere you can be that can accommodate the spirit where you can learn. But it ain't gonna be 100%. And women just gotta learn to submit. Y'all just be having issues with everything.
Yeah.
But there is some places that I can see where it's just not. Let's just keep it real. Because I know some places where it's just undesirable for anybody to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is some places where it's just a lot like, damn, there's no accountability for the men here. It's just all on women. Yeah. And then I got a lot of places where there's just nobody holding women accountable for anything.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You know how it go, bro. People gonna always, we can't please everybody, man. We ain't here to please y'all. We here to please the Most High.
Right.
So we just gonna do it that way. And Lord's will. Everybody fall in line. But anywho, that's chapter 8. Chapter 9. We out of here.
Chapter 9 of wisdom of Solomon. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Well, Sarat.
I mean, Sarat. I'm sorry, Sarat.
Shalom, y'all. We gone, man.
Shalom.